everyone, it's Film Rich. Welcome back to the channel. Apologies, I've been away for a few weeks. I've been in Gran Canaria and I've also been dealing with some things in relation to my birthday. But yeah, today we're diving into Season 2, Episode 3 of The Sopranos, which is titled Toodle Effing Do. This episode introduces Richie Aprile back into the world, and let's just say things get brutal a bit quickly. But it's not just about mob politics, there's family drama, Meadow acting out, and Tony once again trying to hold it all together. Before we break it down scene by scene, I would like to remind everyone to please like, share and subscribe for more videos. I'm also excited to announce that alongside The Sopranos, I will be recapping The Punisher. So yeah, stay tuned for more of that. The episode kicks off with Tony being tipped off that there's a wild party happening at Livia's old house. When he shows up, it's chaos. Drunk teenagers everywhere, a fire truck outside, a kid being wheeled out after overdosing, and Hunter wandering around in a daze. Tony scolds her before heading inside. There he finds another boy being arrested, a girl vomiting, and Meadow standing near the stove. Furious, Tony berates his daughter for disrespecting his mother's home and drags her out of the party. After dropping Hunter off, Tony takes Meadow home and forces her to face the family. Meadow dodges responsibility, saying she could have been taking ecstasy but she didn't. Tony and Carmela debate how to punish her, realizing they can't physically control her anymore. They ultimately let Meadow choose her punishment, and she agrees to give up her credit card for 3 weeks. Meanwhile, Adriana drops Richie Aprile, Jackie Aprile's brother, near a pizzeria. Richie finds Beansy Gator inside, an old associate now running the place. Their reunion sours quickly when Richie asks for a cut of the business. Beansy refuses, saying he only answers to Tony now. In rage, Richie smashes a coffee pot over Beansy's head and beats him badly, setting the stage for a conflict. The next day, Tony greets Richie warmly at Satriel's. Christopher is there too, but Richie humiliates him, reminding him to keep his hands in his pockets after slapping Adriana. Richie then tries to discuss business with Tony, but Tony abruptly leaves, leaving Silvio to deal with him. Silvio makes it clear Richie will have to go through him from now on, something Richie clearly resents. Tony later attends a luncheon with the Capos and Johnny Sack, where he learns Richie broke Beansy's cheekbone at the same restaurant. Dr. Melfi happens to be having drinks with their friends. She awkwardly crosses paths with Tony, and the two exchange stiff greetings before she leaves. Tony brushes it off to his crew, even lying that he slept with her, earning some laughs. Later we see Dr. Melfi in therapy with her own psychiatrist, Dr. Elliot Kupferberg. She criticizes herself how she acted when she saw Tony. Kupferberg pushes her to reflect on whether she's hiding from the true self. And I'd also like to point out that Elliot Kupferberg is also played by the very famous Hollywood director called Peter Bogdanovich. If any of you like classic 1970s films, you should watch a film called The Last Picture Show starring Jeff Bridges. But yeah, that night she has a disturbing nightmare of Tony dying in a car crash, waking up shaken and jotting down notes. At a yoga class, Janice spots Richie. Their history is clear as they share an awkward conversation about aging and lost time. Richie later tries to woo her by leaving flowers for Livia, pretending that they're from him. The two reconnect over coffee, wondering if they should rekindle their relationship. When Janice later revisits Livia's old house, she finds it trashed from Meadow's party. Food, debris and vomit everywhere. Horrified, she confronts Tony at breakfast, scolding him for going too easy on Meadow. Tony snaps, throwing his cereal bowl at the wall and yelling at her to stop interfering. Even Carmela sides against Janice, leaving her realizing she may have overstayed her welcome. Tony later meets Richie at a mall, apologizing for brushing him off but warning him not to overstep. He stresses that Richie needs to be respectful and follow the rules. Richie, still feeling excluded, goes to Uncle Junior during a medical exam and pledges his loyalty, saying he'll follow Junior's command over Tony's. The Bada Bing hosts a welcome home party for Richie, complete with tributes from associates, but Richie can't let go of Beansy's refusal to pay tribute. Later, outside Beansy's pizzeria, Richie insults him, pulls a gun and fires shots before chasing him down with his car. One of the episode's most shocking moments, Richie runs over Beansy's leg twice, leaving him seriously uninjured. Tony rushes to the hospital where Beansy lies in traction, bolts in his legs and a brace in his head. Beansy, devastated, asks Tony to handle it. Tony confronts Richie afterward, threatening dire consequences if he ever disrespects his authority again. Toward the end, Meadow surprises everyone by showing a sign of guilt. After Janice's rant about her behaviour, she asks Carmela for money, claiming it was for a CD. Instead, she buys cleaning supplies and goes to Livia's house to scrub the filth left from the party. When Tony arrives to change the locks, he finds Meadow on her hands and knees cleaning, gagging from the stench. For once, Tony is speechless, walking away confused by his daughter's sudden remorse. And that's it for episode 3, Two-Door Effing Dude. The episode sets up Richie Aprile as a violent, unpredictable presence, while also showing Meadow beginning to understand the consequences of her actions. Between mob politics, family drama, and Melfi struggles, it's a pivotal chapter that pushes the season forward. Thanks for watching, and be sure to stick around for more Sopranos recaps coming soon.